Waalaikumsalam, Doktor.
Waalaikumsalam, Doktor.
Tak ramai hari ni. 6, 9, baru 10 orang. Awak ada kelas ke tadi? Pagi tadi? Sebelum ni?
Tak ada.
Tak ada?
Tak ada. Cancel.
Okey, yang saya beritahu, alright, hari Selasa. So hari ni kita akan ada quiz lah, alright. So quiz berkaitan dengan topik awak belajar pada minggu lepas. Pada hari Selasa dan minggu lepas lah. Alright, so recap balik. Okay, so apa yang kita dah belajar sebelum ni. So last kali kita dah belajar berkaitan addressing modes. Okay, so you boleh identify dah perbezaan between different addressing modes, which is a register, okay, direct addressing modes, immediate, okay, and then register indirect, okay, and then ada base relative, okay, base relative addressing modes, okay, index relative addressing mode, and last kali base index relative addressing modes. Okay, so hopefully you already able to distinguish between all of these distinguished modes. Okay, so ada lagi berkenaan, right, apa lagi yang kita discuss about the stack. Okay, macam mana stack okay, so push and pop. Okay, so kita dah belajar macam mana you nak address, okay, you nak letak stack tu, okay, and then also we learn about before that we learn about couple of registers. Okay, ada accumulator, okay, ada pointer, alright. So you dah belajar about dia punya address, okay, physical address, logical address and offset address. So macam mana you nak address that, okay. The segment registers, okay. So apa segment registers buat, okay, and then you also learn about the flag, okay. So flag akan berubah bila, okay, you buat some operation lah. So usually yang operation yang you learn so far is about add, okay. So bila you buat add, so dia ada conditional flag and also ada control flag, okay. So conditional tu dia based on apa yang you buat operation, okay. So control tu before you perform the operation, okay. Alright, so okay, before we start a new topic, so I think better we continue, alright. So we start with the quiz lah. Okay, so you still can remember what you have learned so far, okay. So this quiz ada 10 soalan. Sampai hari itu ada 5 soalan kan. So this one ada 10 soalan. Okay, so you boleh masuk ke sini lah. Alright. Okay, now dah ada 16. Okay, dah ada 16. So anyone have any question before we start the quiz? You can let me know. Okay, kita dah ada 3 orang. Okay, waiting for more to come in. Ada 4 orang. I'm gonna wait for 1 minute more, alright, and then I will start the quiz. So we have 11, 12. Okay, we have 4 more. Okay, I'm gonna start in 30 seconds. Twenty seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you can start now. 10:30. Okay. Okay, we'll stop in 10. Okay, so for those who haven't completed, please hurry up. Hai, ramai yang salah ni. Okay, right, we'll stop at 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll stop now. But I still see some of you still answering. Okay, congrats. Top 3. Susah ke?
Lupa sikit lah doktor.
Tak ingat?
Ya.
Okay, kita tengok soalan Alright, so yang ni yang mana? Which registers can be used for register indirect addressing mode?
Semua kecuali
Semua kecuali BP.
BP.
Kecuali BP kan? Yang lain
Ya.
semua boleh pakai. Alright, so BX, SI dengan DI lah. Okay, ni. Okay, BX, SI dengan DI. So ada yang maybe you pilih satu je. Alright, so you kena pilih tiga-tiga lah yang boleh. Okay. Alright, a physical address is jauh lari ni.
20.
20. Alia betul. Alia, Nana, Farah, Aflah. Okay. Ada 44. Saya tak pernah ajar 44. Apa ni 8085? Macam mana boleh guess 44? Kalau 16 tu 32 tu logik lagi lah. Alright. Okay, write assembly language to move a value. Yang ni senang je kalau ikutkan. Move value. Alright, yang ini address. Okay, kalau bentuk macam ni address. Ini ya address. So, content dalam ni yang you akan dimasukkan. Kalau macam ni, AX ni you masukkan dalam ni. Okay, bukan 1, 2, 3, 4 ni you masukkan dalam AX. Okay, sepatutnya move AX, 1, 2, 3, 4H lah. Okay. Macam jawapan ada. Move. Move AX, comma dekat 1, 2, 3, 4 dekat belakang, H sambung dengan H lagi. Alright. So, okay, you need to remember the command. Alright. Okay, no value can be moved directly into which registers. So, mana yang tak boleh? Yang segment register lah kan? Okay, you tak boleh directly. So, DS dengan AS lah. Okay, so kena ingat apa-apa segment register you tak boleh move value directly. So, you kena move ke register lain dulu and then daripada register lain baru you boleh masukkan kepada that segment register. Okay, so jawapan dia DS dengan ES. BIU, Bus Interface Unit. Bracket. Ada bagi jawapan bracket. Yang ni semua ramai betul. Okay. Okay, DS .IP is a logical address lah. Physical address, DS ni you tambah dengan kosong kat belakang. Alright. Is a direct address. Mana ada ini kalau saya tanya addressing mode, yes, dia akan ada direct. Okay, kalau address sahaja, dia ada 3 je. Okay, physical, logical dengan offset. Okay, kalau IP ni is the offset address. Okay, DS tambah kosong is physical address. Shift and dia tambah kosong kat belakang. So, itu physical address. And then, ni kalau double DS double IP ni is a logical address lah. Okay. Alright. The process of moving the stack contents back to the CPU. Saya baru refresh tadi balik. Dia ada 2 je, push ataupun pop. Okay. Nice, semua. Pop off. Pop. Dia pop saja. Okay, pop. Pop. Pop or popping lah, alright. Dia bukan push. Push, you nak move daripada CPU to the stack. Okay, yang tu push. Stack segment. Register fetch execute cycle. Apa ni? Ada ke term tu saya ajar? Tak ada kan? Alright. The lowest physical range of CS, KFF 55 apa? Tambah kosong je lah kat belakang. Okay. physical address. Ingat physical address. So you tambah kosong kat belakang ni. FF550. Okay, ada yang betul. Okay, yang ni pun boleh diterima lah ni. Okay, saya tak masukkan dia punya ni. Okay, ni pun betul. FF550H. Okay, yang ni pun betul. Alright. Okay, CF will be set to 1. Okay. In a 60-bit if there is a carry out from bit berapa?
15.
15 kan? Alright, so ingat you tambah. So yang hujung sekali carry tu 15, bit yang ke-15. Okay, you start from 0 kan, bit 0. So kalau dalam 16 you ada bit 0, 1, 2, 3 sampai ke 15. So bit 15 tu kalau dia carry, kalau maksud dia lebih, dia terkeluar dari bit 15. So time tu lah you punya flat CF akan jadi 1. Okay, seorang je betul. Okay, D15 boleh lah, tapi is a bit, kalau you sebut bit 15 Okay. Alright, addressing mode. Addressing mode yang paling laju. So you masukkan value terus lah. Value terus kepada register. So apa dia punya nama tu? Addressing mode tu. Immediate. Okay, immediate addressing mode. Direct. Tak, direct sebab direct you masukkan dalam memori dulu. Okay, you masukkan dalam memori. Okay, you punya value you masukkan dalam memori. Itu direct. Okay, immediate. Immediate terus you masukkan value terus kepada register. Okay, immediate betul. Okay. Alright. Okay. So please remember, okay, I will give you, okay, by today lah, I will try to give you the tutorial, okay, or the assignment. Okay, so we will discuss that, okay, so by next week, right, we will discuss that by next week as preparation for your test 1. Okay, so your test 1 will be on next Thursday. Okay, so for today, I will continue with a new chapter. Okay, with a new chapter. So ada any questions before I move?
Doktor,
Yes.
kuis ni masuk markah carry mark ke?
Kuis masuk dalam markah carry mark.
Oh.
Yang pertama tu saya akan bagi semua full lah. Alright, yang pertama. So yang ini saya akan ikut mana yang jawab betul lah berapa persen. Okay.
Alah sedihnya.
Sedihnya. So buat betul-betul lah untuk next quiz. So, okay, apa yang you nak? Alright, from this quiz. You nak masa yang lagi lama ke?
Ya, masa
Betul
lama.
doktor, masa.
Okay, I will see that. Saya akan mungkin nambah lagi. Tadi saya bagi 60 second kan untuk satu soalan. Tadi 60 seconds kan satu soalan? You guys dapat 60 second kan satu soalan?
Pasti.
Ha?
Pasti.
Ada tak yang overtime? Dan so you nak jawab satu soalan tu.
Ada.
Ada doktor? Boleh
Ada.
je.
Maybe 1 minute kot. Okay, tak apa, nanti later I will set So one question about either 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Tapi sepatutnya simple je. You just jawab satu ni je. Satu perkataan je. Alright. So kalau ikutkan, kalau you even satu quiz pun you nak ambil masa yang lama, so you will have problem lah kalau you nak jawab test nanti. Sebab test you will require you more more answers. But the time is maybe 1 hour, okay, or 1 hour and half macam tu.
Doktor, soalan test objektif ke subjektif?
Subjective, right? You need to explain lah, right? You need to explain.
Berapa question?
Berapa question? Saya akan tengok, depends. Kalau sebab saya akan buat soalan berdasarkan time lah. Kalau 1 jam, kalau saya boleh jawab dalam 20 minit, okay, so saya akan buat 1 jam lah. Kalau saya perlukan untuk jawab setengah jam, so 1 jam setengah. Alright, rule dia 3 times. Okay, so kalau saya boleh jawab 20 minit, okay, and then saya akan bagi time you 1 hour. So macam tu lah. Okay.
Doktor jangan susah-susah.
So carry mark dia 15 lah for test 1.
Doktor, jangan susah-susah.
Jangan susah. Dia depends on you punya cognitive level lah. So kalau cognitive level you, so this course access punya cognitive level up to C4. Okay, C4 maksudnya you patutnya able to analyze. Okay, so macam you dah belajar sekarang ni, okay, you dah belajar. So maksudnya you kena ingat, okay, benda ni buat apa. So kalau benda ni diletakkan pada satu situasi, so patutnya you boleh tahulah, okay, sama ada benda ni right or wrong, and then macam mana you nak bagi benda tu, contoh bagi benda tu betul. Okay, sebagai contoh, okay, saya letak this flat value dekat sini is 1. Betul ke tu 1? Sebab apa dia betul? Sebab apa dia salah? So itulah yang sepatutnya di assess. Alright. Okay, sebab this course dia dah 4,000 level kan, okay, 4,000 level, so that's the assessment level lah yang you should expect. Okay, unless different from physics 1 and so on. So physics 1 dia sampai C3 saja, so C3 you just apply. Okay, so bila dah you masuk C4 punya level, so you melibatkan the analysis. Okay, analysis tu you are given say a certain you have already learned about, okay, what is inside the microprocessor, the register, apa semua dia punya function. So contoh you diberikan this register, okay, you are given this scenario, are you able to use this register to solve problem in that scenario. So sepatutnya macam itulah you able to you able to do that. Okay, kalau maksudnya you tak dapat buat, maksudnya you tak capai lah level C4 tu. Okay, but anyway, kalau you tak faham, tapi sepatutnya you faham lah, alright. Sebab actually you just ingat je apa function setiap register, right? Apa function setiap addressing mode, macam mana dia di-address, okay. So you punya test apa semua tu is open book, open notes, okay, and you can open whatever you want to open, alright. So the thing is, kalau you tak faham dia punya, I will try to give you some problem, okay, okay, and then I see, okay, how you answer that. Okay, maybe, okay, I will give you that later today, and then, okay, I want you to submit that, okay, just before our class by next Tuesday, okay. and then I want to see. Okay, first we'll look how you answer that. Maksudnya kalau you boleh buat tu, maksudnya you faham lah, maksudnya setiap setiap apa tu komponen dalam microprocessor tu dia boleh buat apa. Okay, maksudnya you able to analyze. Okay, so kalau you tak dapat capai ke tahap tu, maksudnya you kurang dari segi inilah pemahaman berkenaan the function of each each structure inside the CPU tu. Okay, so that one we will see that on the next Tuesday class. Okay, ada soalan lain?
Tak ada doktor.
Okay. Alright. So now you dah belajar a little bit about the assembly language. Okay, yang move at. Okay. So today kita akan start more details on that assembly language lah. Alright. So assembly language ni, okay, digunakan untuk you control, okay, what the the register, okay, inside the microprocessor tu. Okay, you nak bagi instruction, you nak suruh microprocessor tu buat apa. Okay, so that's why comes with the assembly language. So macam you learn before this, sebab apa nama dia assembly, sebab dia panggil benda ni sebagai assembler. Okay, they assemble the code, you type the code, assemble the code into the CPU and instruct, suruh CPU buat apa. Okay, nak cari, okay, first kalau you nak move, so CPU tu kena cari information from the, let's say from the memory, so dia kena pergi ke highway. Alright, so highway dia apa dia? Is the address bus. Okay, so dari situ dia akan access at which location. So yang tu yang you belajar sebelum ni, ada physical location, logical physical address, okay, logical address, and then ada offset address. Okay, so dia akan access tempat tu, and then dia akan bawa balik, tarik the information from that memory, you go on the data bus. Alright, go on data bus, okay, and then baru information tu dibawa ke register inside the CPU, and then you buatlah further processing apa yang nak dibuat. Okay, so you nak buat tu semua, so you kena code. Alright, so you kena code. So code ni dia panggil assembly language. Okay, macam you nak buat software lah, ataupun you nak buat program. So contoh you nak buat app. Okay, so you nak buat app, you kena code. You kena code pakai apa? JavaScript, okay, ataupun ada dia punya software, okay. Macam for example Tango, apa ni, Node.js, apa semua tu. Okay, so you boleh gunakan that software. So untuk program the assembly language ada software juga. Alright, so kalau sekarang kita akan belajar gunakan satu simulator lah. Alright, nanti kita akan saya akan terangkan lagi apa software yang terlibat. Microsoft Word ada dia punya satu software MASM, okay, untuk you perform the assembly language programming ni. Okay, and then remember later you akan ada satu quiz tau berkenaan assembly language programming ni. So ada kat situ is 10% marks. Okay, so mana you kena be capable, okay, be capable to write, okay, to write the assembly language, okay, based on function. Okay, based on function, what is given, what is the instruction that is given to you. So apa yang nak dibuat oleh CPU, so you kena able to write that. Okay. Alright, so ni apa yang you akan belajar dalam topik assembly language. Alright, so the difference between assembly language and pseudo instruction. Okay, identify the segments of assembly language program. So setiap code dalam assembly language, so dia ada certain segment lah. Okay, ada yang atas where you kena initialize, and then the main code, and then yang code yang di bawah. Alright, so dia ada beberapa segmen. Okay, and then you akan learn untuk code simple assembly language instruction. Okay, assembling and run a simple assembly language program. Code control transfer instruction. Okay, you ada conditional, unconditional jump. Okay, yang you belajar sebelum ni. So you ada zero flag apa semua tu kan. Okay, so you boleh macam sebelum ni, I give you one example, J and Z, okay, jump not zero. So maksudnya kalau benda tu tak jadi zero, hari tu kita tengok CX kan, CX tu sehingga CX masih lagi tak zero, so dia akan jump pergi ke mana, okay, so dia akan loop. So kalau CX jadi zero, so dia takkan lagi jump lah, so dia akan teruskan with the instruction below that. Okay, so kita akan tengok that. Okay, so kita akan juga code assembly language data directives for binary, hex, decimal or ASCII data. Okay, and write assembly language program using either the simplified segment definition or the full segment definition. Okay, kita akan tengok dari segi what is the simplified segment and also what is the full segment. Okay. Okay, so ini yang saya cakap tadi, ni the software lah, right? Software yang kita akan gunakan untuk code. Okay, MASM and EMU8086. Okay, so mostly saya akan gunakan EMU8086 lah. Okay, so MASM ni is more complicated for you to do, so we will mostly use the EMU8086 assembler. Okay, so kita fahamkan dulu apakah itu assembly language. Okay, an assembly language program is a series of statements or lines. Okay, so ini dia punya ni lah, dia punya content, okay, inside the assembly language program. Okay, so either assembly language instructions or statements called directive. Okay, so maksudnya apa-apa yang ditulis, okay, macam move, okay, itu instruction, okay, or statements, so benda ni dipanggil directive. Okay, directives, okay, ataupun dipanggil pseudo instructions, give direction to the assembler about how it should translate the assembly language instructions into machine code. Okay, sebab apa you write, okay, you write dalam assembly language, you write move, okay, AX, let's say 1001H. Okay, so macam mana machine nak faham? Okay, so dia kena, sebab tu dia kena ada assembler. Once you write, so code tu mesti di-assemble, okay, sebelum diberikan kepada, di-feed kepada CPU. So supaya CPU faham lah apa yang nak perlu dibuat. Okay, so that's why you kena you kena assemble that code first. Okay, so assembly language instruction ni dia ada 4 field. Okay, first label, and then next mnemonic, operands, and then you boleh put comment. Okay, so dia punya ni label dengan operand comment tu. Okay, so benda ni is optional. Okay, benda ni is optional, maksudnya apa yang penting? Okay, yang penting is mnemonic lah. Kalau you nak write something, so you memang kena ada mnemonic. So yang lain tu tak ada pun tak apa. Okay, unless mnemonic tu request you, let's say you want to put a certain value. Okay, so you kena pakai operand. Okay, comment yang paling tak perlulah, alright, sebab comment is just for untuk memudahkan lah, memudahkan you bagi tahu. Okay, contoh you share the code dengan orang lain, so you put comment kat situ, you nak bagi tahu apa actually this line buat. Okay, macam move comma, okay, 2 3 4 5 H. Okay, comment kat situ, you put comment is you nak move, kita kan move the value of 2, 3, 4 page into the AX register. Tu contoh you punya command. So you nak bagi benda tu difahamkan oleh orang lain. Okay. So of course kalau you buat the code, usually you akan faham lah. Alright. So kalau you write the code for yourself, kadang-kadang code yang simple tu you tak perlu nak letakkan komen. But kalau you nak memudahkan ni, kalau you code tu panjang, okay, so you kena letakkan komen. Okay, so you akan, kalau you buka balik, so you akan remember balik lah apa actually yang you letak kat situ. Okay. Okay, itu function command. Alright. Alright, so kita tengok label. Okay, label field allows the program to refer, okay, to a line of a code by name. Okay. The label field cannot exceed 31 characters. Okay, so remember this. So you tak boleh exceed 31 characters lah. So kalau exceed dia akan jadi error. A label must end with a colon, okay, when it refers to an opcode generating instruction. Okay, so mnemonic instructions and operands field together accomplish the task for the program was written. Okay, so ni mnemonic lah. Okay, sekali dengan operand. Okay, so mnemonic opcodes are add and move. Okay, so mnemonic ni opcode lah, yang you sebelum ni is the opcode. So dipanggil mnemonic. Okay, add, move. Okay, AL, BL ni is the operand. So ni contoh, you add AL, BL, move AX, 6764. So yang AL, BL ni, AX, 6764 ni is the operand. Okay. Instead of a mnemonic and operand, these fields could contain assembler pseudo instructions or directives. Okay. Directives do not generate machine code and are used only by the assembler as opposed to the instruction. Okay, kita akan tengok apakah itu directive. Okay, directives. Okay. So directives ni, okay, example dia DB, N, NP, okay. Alright, so maksudnya directive ni you directkan, you arahkan, okay, nak buat apa. Okay, dia tak akan, okay, dia tak akan generate machine code. Okay, sebab apa? Sebab you tak bagi instruction. Okay, dia directive ni, dia beza dengan instruction. Instruct tu you arahkan untuk buat juga. Okay, direct ni you just bagi bagi jalan lah. Contoh bagi jalan kat orang tu. Okay, so you directkan orang tu ke situ. Tapi kalau you arah orang, you nak buat something juga. Okay, so you kena make sure orang tu buat. Okay, you arahkan maksudnya you bagi jalan. Okay, and then you buat, lepas you bagi jalan kat sini, okay, then next apa yang kena buat? You kena buat ni. Yang tu you bagi arahan. And then come again. Okay, you bagi directive again. Okay, so itu contoh lah dia punya directive. So directive ni, contoh tadi is the DB. Okay, DB ni database lah. Alright, maksudnya sekarang ni you nak masukkan, okay, benda tu, okay, data 1, okay, is the database. Okay, database maksudnya 52. So 52 tu you nak masukkan dalam data 1. Okay, and then data 2, okay, and DB, okay, 29, and then sum. Okay, DB question mark. Okay, maksudnya sum ni dia tak ada value lagi. Alright. Okay, so benda ni is sebenarnya you initialize, konsepnya you initialize the variable lah. So variable you ada data 1, data 2 dengan sum. Okay, and then comes with the yang main tu, main yang tengah tu, itu yang contain you punya instruction lah. Alright, tu kawasan ni is the you punya instruction. Okay, and then ada directive lagi dekat bawah tu, NP and N main. Okay, so NP and the program lah. Okay, so and also main ni, and program, NP program yang ni lah. Okay, and main ni keseluruhan lah. Alright, keseluruhan yang ni UN. Okay, so program akan exit at this one. Okay, the command field begins with a, okay, apa ni, colon dengan apa ni, ada comma kat bawah tu, and then maybe at the end of a line, okay, or on a line by themselves. Okay, so command you kena letak this symbol, okay, and then baru you letak command. Okay, and then the assembler ignores command. Okay, maksudnya dia tak baca lah command. Okay, commands are optional but highly recommended to make it easier to read and understand the program. Macam saya cakap tadi. Okay, after the first two commands in the model directives, this directive select, okay, the size of memory model. Okay, so macam ni. Okay, yang ni command kan atas ni, command. Okay, yang ni pun command. Okay, so yang ini dot model ni directive. Okay, dot start. Okay, yang ni directive lah. Okay, so tujuan directive ni untuk select, okay, the memory model. Okay, memory model ni apa? Small. Okay, big. Okay, large. Right? So yang ini gunakan small. Okay, so permulaan ni you select the memory size you nak gunakan untuk you buat program. Okay, you select lah memory, okay, you punya memory. Kalau you punya program panjang, you kena select lah model yang big. Okay, so yang big itu contoh large, huge. Okay, so yang tu yang big memory. So ini command, dia punya command lah, right? Command untuk directive model tu. Okay, kalau dot model small, this directive defines the model as small. Okay, dot model medium, the data must fit into 64K bytes. Okay, but the code can exceed 64K bytes of memory. Okay, maksudnya data, you punya data tu kena paling maksimum is 64 kilobytes. Okay, but the code can exceed 64 kilobytes of memory. Okay, model compact, the data can exceed. Okay, maksudnya compact ni lagi besar daripada medium lah. Dia boleh exceed 64 bytes. But the code cannot exceed 64 kilobytes. Okay, dia terbalik. Okay, code pula cannot exceed. Okay, model large, both data and code can exceed 64K. Okay, but no single set of data should exceed 64K. Okay, so itu different dia. Data and code boleh, tapi single set of data tu untuk satu set, okay, macam AX, data dia apa? 000 111 kan? Dia yang tu tak nak exceed 64. Okay, tapi total keseluruhan boleh exceed 64. Okay, macam you ada AX, BX and so on punya value tu, yang tu boleh. Okay, and then you ada dot model huge. Okay, both code and data can exceed 64K and data items such as arrays can exceed 64K. Okay, yang ini okay, lagi ni lah, lagi besar lah. Okay, maksudnya single set of data pun boleh exceed. Okay, so model huge. And model tiny, okay, used with COM files in which data and code, okay, must fit into 64K bytes. Okay, so yang ni dia special. Okay, digunakan untuk COM files. Okay, model tiny ni. So itu yang you kena tulis. Okay, so when you write the program, so you initiate dulu mula. Dot model apa? Model small, model large, model huge, okay, model tiny. Okay, so apa model yang you nak pakai, so you kena state you punya memory size tu dekat situ. Okay, so every line of assembly language program must correspond to an 86 CPU segment register. Okay, so you kena ni lah. Alright, sebab apa? Sebab dia kan refer kepada address. Okay, refer kepada address. So you kena define dia punya segment register dulu. Okay, CS, DS, SS dengan ES. Okay, so you nak define ni, so you kena tahulah okay, apa kod dia. Alright, so dot stack, okay, yang mana apa ni, you pakai ada 3 lah, dot code, dot data, dot stack. Okay, so which correspond to CS, DS and SS register. Okay, so marks the beginning, dot stack marks the beginning of the stack segment. Okay, so SS register lah, actually you initiate kat sini. Dot data marks the beginning of the data segment. Dot code marks the beginning of the code segment. Okay, the stack segment defines storage for the stack. Okay, the data segment defines the data program will use. Okay, and the code segment contains the assembly language instruction macam move, add. Okay, so yang tu dia punya instruction. Okay, data tu data lah, you punya value. Alright, and then set segment defines the storage. Okay, storage untuk you punya stack. You ada kan, you nak masukkan stack. Okay, daripada apa ni, stack you nak pergi ke CPU, so you pakai stack. Okay, you kena define lah berapa dia punya size tu. Okay, yang tu kegunaan you initialize dot stack macam dekat sini, you buat 64. Maksudnya you nak pakai 64 byte punya ni lah, stack. Okay, so macam saya cakap tadi, this directive reserve 64 bytes of memory for the stack. Okay, alright, so itu berkenaan stack. Okay, and then data. Okay, data you kena, kadang-kadang ada banyak kan, so you kena define lagi bawah tu, dot data tu. Okay, you define apa, data 1, data 2, sum, semua yang tu data. Okay, so data you yang nak store dalam tu, okay, you kena define. Okay, so the DB directive is used by the assembler to allocate memory in byte size chunk. Okay, each defined as DB. Okay, DB tadi is the defined byte. Okay, so defined byte tu you kena, maksudnya you punya data segment kan ada banyak dia punya apa ni, banyak dia punya size. Alright, so DB ni you nak define lah. Alright, you nak define untuk apa. Alright, ini data 1 apa value dia, data tu apa value dia, and sum apa value dia. Okay, maksudnya dia akan allocate different size lah untuk setiap apa ni, chunk size yang you pilih tu. Okay, data items defined in the data segment will be accessed in the code segment by their labels. Okay, sebab tu you kena label kan, data 1, data 2. Okay, so data 1 and data 2 given initial values. Okay, sum is not given an initial value, but the storage is set aside for it. So you dah initialize set siap, so dia punya apa ni, dia dah reserve. Kalau sum ni boleh terima data. Okay, alright, okay, so how about let's take a break, okay, for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so we'll make around 11:25.
Okay, doktor. Okay,
Okay.
doktor.
Welcome.
know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. I want you back, I want you back. My neighbors think I'm crazy, but they don't understand. You're all I had, you're all I had. At night when the stars light up my room, I sit by myself, talking to the moon, trying to get to you. In hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon? Oh, I'm feeling like I'm famous, the talk of the town. They say I've gone mad, yeah, I've gone mad. But they don't know what I know, 'cause when the sun goes down, someone's talking back. Yeah, they're talking back. Oh, at night when the stars light up my room, I sit by myself, talking to the moon, trying to get to you. In hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon? Do you ever hear me calling? Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause every night I'm talking to the moon, still trying to get to you. In hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon? Oh, I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away. I want you back, I want you back. My neighbors think I'm crazy, but they don't understand. You're all I had, you're all I had. At night when the stars light up my room, I sit by myself, talking to the moon, trying to get to you. In hopes you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon? Oh, I'm feeling like I'm famous, the talk of the town. They say I've gone mad. Yeah, I've gone mad. But they don't know what I know. 'Cause when the sun goes down, someone's talking back. Yeah, they're talking back. Oh, at night when the stars light up my room, I sit by myself, talking to the moon, trying to get to you. And hope you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon? Do you ever hear me calling? Every night I'm talking to the moon, still trying to get to you. And hope you're on the other side, talking to me too. Or am I a fool who sits alone, talking to the moon? I know you're somewhere out there, somewhere far away.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way you like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you. Moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
I'm one of the greatest, ain't no debating on it. I'm still levitated, I'm heavily medicated. Ironic, I gave him love and they end up hating on me. She told me she loved me and she been waiting. Been fighting hard for your love and I'm running thin on my patience. Needing someone to hug, even took it back to the basics. You see what you got me out here doing? Might've threw me off, but can't nobody stop the movement. Let's go. Left foot, right foot, levitating. Pop stars, do a leap with the baby. I had to lace my shoes for all the blessings I was chasing. If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. So catch up, go put some cheese on it, get out and get your bread up. They always leave when you fall, but you run together. Weight of the world on my shoulders, I kept my head up. Now baby, stand up, cause girl, you
want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm levitating. You can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. Baby, let me take you for a ride. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
Okay, come back. Alright. We will continue, alright, with more directives. Okay. So kita tengok contoh directive. Okay, so ada beberapa lagi directive yang dalam code tadi. So kita look again. Alright, add that code. Okay, kita ada satu lagi directive dekat sini, bawah code ni, alright. So dot code ni dah directive, okay. And then kita ada proc, okay, PROC directive, okay. Okay, tadi kita dah belajar dot model is a directive, dot stack is directive, dot data is directive. So db, okay, define byte, dot code, so ini semua directive, okay. So yang tepi ni is dia punya label. Okay, yang kita belajar is a label lah. Right. So kita tengok what is the PROC far. Okay, so this is the program entry point. Okay, program entry point. So proc is a procedure. Okay, dia short form untuk procedure. Okay, is a group of instructions designed to accomplish a specific function. Okay, a code segment is organized into several small procedures, okay, to make the program more structured. Okay, code segment. So code segment tu dia ada pelbagai instruction dalam tu kan. Dia ada move, ada add, okay, dia ada interrupt, okay. So dia ada several small procedures dalam tu to make the program more structured. Okay, every procedure must have a name defined by the proc directive. Okay, so followed by the assembly language instruction and closed by the NP. Okay, okay, maksudnya the proc and NP statements must have the same label. Okay. So sekarang ni, you tengok tadi, okay, ada proc NP. So ini main. So punya label main. So kalau you label sini apa, so kat sini pun kena apa lah. Okay, sebab proc dengan NP ni dia kena sama dia punya label. Okay, procedure you kena NP and the procedure. Okay, so within this is the instruction dalam proc tu. Okay, and then the proc directive may have the option far or near. So dia dua je, sama ada you proc near or proc far. Okay, so the OS, okay, operating system, requires the entry point to the user program to be a far procedure. Okay, so kalau entry point untuk the user program, okay, macam tadi you nak buat move apa semua tu, you punya user program lah, you punya program. So you pakai far procedure. Okay, before the OS passes control to the program, so it may execute. It assigns segment registers value. Okay, so sebelum kita execute the program, okay, nak buat tadi, apa instruction yang first tadi is move kan, move. Alright, so dia kena assign the segment register value dulu. Alright, so when the program begins executing, only CS and SS have the proper values. Okay, so CS dengan SS ada proper value, DS and ES values are initialized by the program. Okay, maksudnya DS dengan ES ni kita tak specify lah. So yang ni dibuat oleh program. Okay, so move EX, okay, alias data. Okay, refers to the start of the data segment. Okay, so maksudnya data segment tu kita masukkan dalam register EX. Okay, and then move AX into the DS. Okay, kita tengok kat sini. Okay, so load the data segment address. Okay, so maksudnya kita load the data segment address into the AX. Okay, so and then AX ni kita masukkan dalam DS. So assign the values to DS. So kita nak assign, so kita yang ni kita buat. Alright, so tadi CS dengan SS kita dah initialize siap. Okay, tapi DS tu kita buat time kita run the program. Okay, now AX ni kita nak tukar dia balik. Alright, kita nak masukkan data value dalam tu. So data 1 masukkan dekat AL, data 2 kita masukkan dekat BL. Okay, sebab apa kita gunakan L, kita pakai X. Okay, sebab kita pakai kat sini pakai berapa bit ni? Okay, kita pakai 8 bit sahaja. Alright, kita pakai 8 bit. Okay, so sebab tu kita pakai L. Okay, unless dia ada 16 bit, then kita akan pakai X lah. Right, so yang bertukar sekarang is the value at the AL. Okay, maksudnya dalam AX ni ada AL dengan ada AH. Okay, so AH punya value tu tak bertukar. So yang bertukarnya ialah AL. Okay, and then kita masukkan data kedua tu dalam BL punya register. Okay, and add okay, AL, BL. So maksudnya AL akan berubah. So BL stay. Okay, so add AL. So kita akan dapat value AL tu akan berubah. Okay, and then sum, move sum. Okay, AL tu into the sum. Kita dah tambah dia kan. So kita nak store value yang kita dah tambah tadi. So value tu is dekat sum lah. Alright, kita nyatakan dekat sum. Okay, and then okay, now kita modify the value of AH. Okay, set up to return to OS. Okay, so maksudnya sekarang kita nak return to OS, kita letakkan value 4C okay, dalam AH tu. Okay, so yang ini untuk kita return, maksudnya yang the main program yang kita buat tadi start from atas ni lah. Okay, start from the move ni. Alright. Okay. Okay, these dua program ni, okay, yang tadi kata, okay, yang ni yang macam biasa yang kita buat sebelum ni, okay. So yang before that, kita buat these two instruction ni, okay, sebelum OS pass the control, okay. So sebelum pass the control, kita buat, okay, pass the control, yang ni instruction dia, okay. And then lepas kita buat instruction, kita nak return balik to OS. Yang ni dua bawah ni instruction dia. Okay, so move AH, OC and interrupt INT21H. Okay, return control to the operating system. Okay, so kita nak end the procedure. Okay, macam saya cakap tadi, kita tengok same label, kena bagi same label and prop NP. Okay, kita end this procedure and then end program and main. Okay, main lah maksudnya yang main ni kita end kan. Okay, prosedur dalam ni kita end kan. Okay, so dia akan exit. Okay, so it is handy to keep a sample shell, okay, and fill it in with the instruction and data for your program. Okay, so macam template lah, alright. You nak buat lab report, so you ada template. Okay, for example, you dah ada template, so kat mana you nak ubah, alright. So yang ni yang standard. Okay, ini yang standard lah. Sebab tadi apa yang saya cakap tadi dalam ni je. Okay, dalam tempat kat sini is where your main program, okay, ada. Okay, so data you nak kena define data, apa value you punya data and so on. So you kena letak dalam tu. Okay, so ini standard. So memang apa-apa program you nak kena buat, okay, memang you kena buat dalam bentuk macam ni. So yang you ubahnya, okay, is dalam ni lah. Okay, place data definition, alright. So kalau you nak assign you punya variable siap-siap, tapi you tak nak letak value, you kena letak comma. Okay, and then you kena place code lah kat sini. Okay, place code. Okay, alright, dekat sini you nak nyatakan the address dia, so you define lah the address of the DS ni. Alias data ni load the data segment address. Okay, so yang ni you kena define dulu kat mana, bahagian mana part memori tu you nak pakai untuk buat the operation. Okay, so ni dia punya template. Okay, so sebarang soalan? So template dia macam ni ya. Alright, so yang you ubahnya biasanya yang dalam ni lah. Alright, yang dalam ni and then dekat kawasan ni. Okay, this area and then dengan this area yang you kena ubah. Alright, so yang lain is standard when you write the program. Okay, kita tengok a little bit about the assemble, okay, link and run the program. Okay, MASM and link are the assembler and linker program. Okay, many editors or word processors can be used to create and or edit the program and produce an ASCII file. The steps to create an executable assembly language program are as follows. Okay, so once you dah buat tadi program kan, you dah create tadi, type apa semua. Okay, you want to edit program, input keyboard program editor, so dia punya output tadi, so you dah process, so you execute, dah akan keluar output myfile.asm. Okay, and then you need to assemble. So the step dia, once you dah siap, you save the output sebagai myfile.asm and then assemble program. Input dia tadilah myfile ni asm, you pakai program MASM, okay, Microsoft Assembly, okay, or TASM. So dia punya output akan keluar myfile.obj, okay, and then you need to link program. So nak that program to be executable kan, so .exe apa semua kan, you find that program dalam Windows ada .exe kan belakang. So once you click that, dia akan run lah apa-apa program yang you dah code. Okay, so yang tu you kena buat link. Okay, kena link the program daripada .obj ni, you pakai program link and then dia punya output akan jadi .exe. Okay, so itu konsep dia. Daripada once you write, okay, you save your output dalam .asm and then assemble, okay, pakai MASM, keluar output .obj object, okay, and then link the program, okay, keluar dia punya output as .exe. Okay, so tadi you punya file macam saya cakap tadi kena end in .asm. Okay, the assembler will produce an object file and a list file along with other files useful for the programmer. Okay, the extension for the object file must be .obj. Okay, this object file is input to the link program to produce the executable program that ends in .exe. Okay, the .exe file can be run, okay, executed by the microprocessor. Okay, so sebab apa bila orang buat program, so kalau dalam Windows kan, so you kena ada .exe belakang. Okay, the setup.exe. So you run that part. Okay, untuk you install that program lah. Okay. Okay, so ni dia punya flow lah, flow chart. Okay. So before feeding the .obj file into link, all syntax errors must be corrected. Okay. Fixing these errors will not guarantee the program will work as intended, as the program may contain conceptual errors. Okay. So apa-apa pun kita kena betulkan dia punya syntax error. Tapi kalau kita buat coding tu salah, apa-apa pun dia akan keluar result yang salah lah. Okay, apa-apa pun dia depends atas kita. Alright, kalau kita programkan benda yang salah, so dia akan keluar benda yang salah. Okay, dia just cuma dia boleh baca sama ada kita buat, kita type tu ada error tak dari segi kita tertinggal comma, double comma ke, semua tadi tu kan. Ataupun dia punya instruction salah, instruction tak ada dalam dia punya list of code segment apa semua. So yang tu dia akan bagi tahu. Alright. Tapi kalau you dah run, actually you tak dapat result yang sepatutnya. So maksudnya ada kesalahan dari segi you punya apa yang you nak define tu. So maksudnya you salah buat the flow of the programming lah. Okay, so ni dia punya flowchart. Okay, start dengan editor. Okay, you keluar .asm, assembler program, ada list file.list.obj, okay, myfile.crf, okay, and ada object file lah. Okay, and then .obj ni akan pergi kepada linker program. Linker program tu you produce the .exe and .map. Okay, so yang main dia yang ni lah. Okay, asm, obj dengan exe. Okay, so ini contoh figure 2.4 shows an executable program. So it's created and run by the following steps outlined above. Okay, so ini contoh lah. So you can see this in the textbook. Okay, alright. And I'll see if I will be able to, we can go together if we can if we can do this MASM. I will check if MASM is still available on the Windows 10, alright, and see whether we can do some execution of this and then see if we can get the results. Okay. Okay. Alright, we continue a little bit more, okay, before we stop. Okay, so we have a page and title directive as well. So macam program tadi tak tunjukkan ada page directive, title directive, okay. Kita ada juga page directive, the page directive which tells the printer how the list should be printed, okay. It is formatted as page, okay. So page, a line, column, line, column. So you nak print yang mana? Okay, so tu page directive. Okay. In the default mode, the output will be 66 lines per page and 80 characters per line. Okay, you nak set lah berapa dalam satu line tu, berapa karakter yang you nak print. Okay, and then satu page tu berapa line you nak print. Okay, default dia 66, lebar dia 80 karakter lah. Okay, so in this book, the program change the settings to 60 and 132. Okay, so kalau you punya set program macam ni, so you dah set, actually you nak setting dia, dia punya line dia 60 line lah, okay, 60 line, and then dia punya column ada 132 lah. Alright, so you punya ni, dia punya characters tu, dia support up to 132 characters. Alright, and then the range for the number of lines, okay, is 10 to 255. For columns is 60 to 132. Alright. So maksudnya you kena paling kecil pun ni lah. Alright, 10. Okay, paling kecil column dia punya ni besar dia 60. And yang paling besar up to 132. Alright, and yang paling besar you punya number of line tu 255. Okay. So itu berkenaan page directive. Okay, so page ni you nak direct, you nak bagi direction kepada printer. Okay, you nak format macam mana you punya code tu. Okay, when the list is printed, the assembler can print the title of the program on top of each page. Okay, so bila list tu di print, the assembler can print the title of the program on top of each page. Okay, so now sekarang ada title directive. Okay, so you boleh letak title dekat atas, you nak print. So tadi content dia, dan atas tu you boleh letak the title. Okay, it is common to put the name of the program immediately after the title pseudocode pseudo instruction. Okay, and a brief description of the function of the program. Okay, the text after the title pseudo instruction cannot be exceed 60 ASCII characters. Okay, so you tak boleh lebih 60 ASCII characters. Okay, you nak print tu you kena buat within 60 lah. Okay, tadi you nampak ada .crf file kan? Okay, MASM produces another optional file, the cross reference. Okay, so CRS ni dia punya full term dia is cross reference. Okay, an alphabetical list of all symbols and labels in program. Okay, so dalam ni ada alphabetical list of symbols and labels in the program. Also program line numbers in which they are referenced to. Okay, so dia berkenaan simbol and label in the program. Okay, yang dalam .crf file ni. Okay, and then we have the linking the program. The assembly MASM creates the opcodes, operand and offset address under the .obj address. Okay, under the .obj address. Sorry, under the .obj file. Okay, yang tadi dah .obj file. Okay, the link program produces the ready to run program with the .exe. Okay, so tadi you dah settle, you dah buat obj. Obj tu nak fit kepada link program untuk you buat .exe file. Okay, so the link program set up the file so it can be loaded by the OS and executed. Okay, sebab tu nama dia .exe, executable. Alright. The program can be run at the OS level using the following command. Okay, when the program name is typed in at the OS level, the OS loads the program in memory. Okay, so bila you type tu, bila you type dekat you punya command prompt, so you boleh type lah c.myfile, apa dia tadi yang you punya nama tu yang udah link kan, so belakang dia .exe. So bila you buka je, and then dia akan run lah, alright, sebab dia dah executable. Okay, so when the program name is typed in at the OS level, the OS loads the program into memory. Okay, referred to as mapping. Okay, so ni konsep dipanggil mapping. Okay, so when you type, and then OS operating system akan load program, dia akan letak dalam memory. So memory ni dia akan contain with the features of the program lah. Okay, so ni namanya mapping. So dia dah map siap-siap kat mana you nak letak on the memory tu. Okay, which means that the program is mapped into the physical memory of the PC. Okay, when there are many segments for code or data, there is a need to see where each is located and how many bytes are used by each. Okay, this is provided by the optional .map file, okay, which gives the name of each segment, where it starts, okay, where it stops, and size in byte. Okay, so bila there are so many segments, so you kena define lah, alright, you kena mapping kan dia, okay, kat mana actually nak letak ni, nak letak tu and so on. So sebab tu dia ada .map file tu, .map, dia dah execute kan, so you nak load kat memory, so proses dia panggil mapping kan. Okay, so dalam file tu bagi tahu, okay, program ni chunk of this letak kat situ, chunk of this letak kat sini, chunk of this letak kat situ. Alright, so itu tujuan .map file. Okay, which gives the name of each segment, where it starts, where it stops, and size in bytes. Okay, macam you belajar sebelum ni, you ada DS kan, DS tu berapa dia punya starting dengan end point, starting dengan end point. So kat mana tu, so itu dia punya location lah. Alright, so banyak-banyak, so you nak kena letak kat mana, Alright, okay, so itu berkenaan, alright, macam mana you nak create. Okay, so tadi you have learn how to create the assembly program. Okay, macam mana you nak save it, okay, as an output, okay, .asm, and then macam you nak execute that, okay, asm akan tukar kepada .obj, and then .obj kepada .exe, okay, .exe you run, okay, dia akan map kat mana, okay, then your program now can load. Right, okay, so I stop here for today. Okay, so you want to learn more, you can refer to this website, right? So you can download the Microsoft Assembler there. I'm not sure whether this Microsoft Assembler still works on the Windows 10 or not, but I will test it first, okay, to see. Okay, alright, ada sebarang soalan? Okay, so kalau tak ada soalan, so macam biasa, let's turn on your camera for me to take your attendance for today. Okay, semua boleh turn on the camera. Okay, so next Tuesday, okay, I might be continue this a little bit, and maybe we will start with the discussion on the questions, alright, for you to be familiar with, alright, for preparation of test 1. Okay, you guys ready? Macam biasa, dia dah ada angkat tangan. Alright, continue from 10. Right, 10, 9, 8, 7. Ada yang angkat tangan visually. Alright, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, ready? Ada yang baru join? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cheers. Okay, thank you everyone. Okay.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you,
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, see you next Tuesday.